So after you've decided your goals, your standards, and you've sort of unpacked the standards and decided these are what my kids need to learn, give me a couple of your primary learning objectives for your unit on using Charlotte's Web.
Okay, the unit, the overall goal would be story structure. We're looking at the story structure and all the components that go within that, like the problem and solution, the cause and effects, sequencing, story details, the characters.
So you want them to be able to identify story structure in the story?
We're breaking that story down into all the different parts.
So really be able to say what are the different parts of the story.
Right, really analyzing it.
To analyze it. Any other big goals for the unit?
We're really looking into the characters and their character traits and analyzing those characters and having evidence from the text to support those character traits.
Okay, so being able to identify and analyze the parts of a story and being able to think about a character and different traits of characters and then support that analysis with some evidence from text.
The events.
So if you were looking at the end of your unit, what type of assignment did you design that would measure or would provide evidence that students would be able to do what you want them to do?
This assessment was a culminating activity, was a good character award. And so they had to think about the different characters in the story, and we did some activities building up to the character traits. And they had to think about the characters and which one they think deserves the good character award. And so then they took their writing and they had to support that opinion with evidence from the text. So like this student is writing about Charlotte. They chose Charlotte. So they're saying...
So just to be clear, this is at the end of weeks and weeks of instruction.
This is when the book is finished.
You've read the book out loud to the kids over how many weeks?
Almost 4.
4 weeks, and doing strategies and exactly instruction for all that time.
Right.
All right, go ahead and read it.
So this student says, Charlotte should get the Good Character Award. She was kind to Wilbur and being his friend and help him. She had to lay her eggs. Wilbur wanted Charlotte to come to the fair, so she went. She saved Wilbur's life so Mr. Zuckerman will not kill him. Charlotte did and saved Wilbur's life. Charlotte should get the award.
What evidence would you say is in there that shows that the student met the standards that you wanted them to meet?
Well, she's used character traits. She's explaining the things about Charlotte. She's kind. And she's using evidence from the text. She says that she saves Wilbur's life,
right.
From Mr. Zuckerman,
right.
And that Wilbur wanted her to come to the fair with him, and she wasn't going to be able to go, but she did anyway. And pretty much her devotion to their friendship.
So not only does she sort of give the traits of the character, but I noticed she also talks about some of the steps of the story.
Right.
So she's also retelling key parts of the story, as well as giving description of the character.
Right.
And using evidence from there.
Because she definitely has evidence from the text to show that she understands why this character has those traits.
Okay. So in our next segment, we're going to look at some of the strategies that you used and that the activities the students did that helped them accomplish this task.